Hey, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about lawn robots, and in particular, this Yarbo Lawn Robot right behind me that's currently mowing. I've had it now for about 8 months, and I want to share with you what I've learned so far because I'm about halfway through our mowing season here. I've also used it for snow blowing and some other things, which you can see in some other videos. But on this video, I'm going to stick to the lawn mowing so that you know what to expect. Welcome back to Josh's Smart Home, where I've been building out my smart home for about 10 years now, and I want to share with you what I've learned along the way, so stay tuned. Let's start with the good, the frequent mowings. This thing can mow all the time. No more weekend warrior where I need to come out on the weekends and get caught up on the grass. It can mow every day if you have a small enough lot. We have 3.3 acres of just grass, almost 4 acres of property, and this thing mows every 2 days. So it's always mowing, and it's always keeping our grass great. It mows while I'm at work, and it mows while I'm asleep. It doesn't get any better than that. Another awesome aspect is the stripes. This thing lays down perfect stripes. My neighbors frequently comment on my yard about how awesome and precise the stripes are. As you can see, it navigates fully by itself and follows tracks that are parallel to each other and laying down this level of stripes. And finally, the time savings. I used to spend hours every week keeping up on our lawn, but not anymore. Definitely handed most of that over to Yarbo at this point. I'm still gonna be getting the trimmer here in the next month or so I've been doing the trimming by hand, but this thing has replaced everything else. And it's pretty awesome because it can go out when it's wet, when our other, zero-turn lawnmower would get stuck, and it's a much better option that I don't have to worry about spending those hours, and I can spend time with my family and friends. But this thing hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. There's been some problems or learning experiences, and by learning experiences, I mean failures. So let's get into the bad too. One of the failures was when this thing here had to be renamed because my wife made me call it the Onceler. And if you are familiar, look up the Lorax, because this thing ran over a tree. And I'm talking about bush tree that had a branch like that it ran over and destroyed, cut it off right at the ground. So part of me said, that's really a big problem. And part of me said, I'm pretty impressed that Yarbo was able to do that. So although it has been known as the Onceler since then, definitely, pretty impressed by that. I should have, I learned my lesson. I've made no-go zones around everything like that so that if it didn't trigger based on the bumper, because I did turn off some of the vision stuff, that I don't have to worry about it. So first lesson learned, watch out for the trees. The next issue I had with it is it getting stuck. And you can see over here, definitely have a really muddy area. So some of the reasons that get stuck are 100% my fault. I'm probably being really aggressive, pushing it out into those muddy areas where it was really moist, just rained recently. Probably not the best idea, but a couple times it got stuck was not my fault. It went to the back of our property, over the hills beyond our house where you can't see our house from it, and it lost the connection. The 4G connection just went off, and it actually sat out there because we were on vacation at the time, of course, and disconnected and killed the battery, and I had to lift it up and put it on a wheelbarrow and bring it up to the house. So definitely wasn't a fun experience, and definitely an issue that I did report to the company, but haven't quite figured out what was going on there yet. The other times it's gotten stuck, it's usually in the mud. Like today, it was right over in there and got stuck a couple times because, like I said, way too muddy. I'll take the fault on that one. And the last mowing issue this thing has had is the broken antennas. I've lost maybe 3 or 4 antennas so far. A couple of times, definitely its fault. At least one time, definitely my fault. The one time I was even driving it and I thought it had cleared it and it did not, and caught it and broke it off. One time it was definitely in a no-go zone and it backed up, through that no-go zone and caught an antenna. They've been working on fixing everything with the firmware updates, but definitely an issue that I've experienced. So I've just learned to have extra parts on hand. They're not very expensive and it's not that hard to fix. So not a huge issue, but something to be aware of. So would you get a Yarbo robotic lawnmower? Let me know in the comment section below, or if you already got one or another brand, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. So also make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.